Hello and welcome to a quick-ish video called Are Harley Benton Guitars Actually Any Good? So a while back I did a video called Why Buy Harley Benton and 5 Tips If You Do, and it proved very, very popular. But it opened up one very specific question. Are Harley Benton guitars any good? And it also opened up to some interesting abuse around, oh, you don't know what a good guitar is, you're not going to get a Gibson Les Paul for €100, well, that sort of thing. So I wanted to address that quickly. So the first thing is, are Harley Benton guitars any good? Yes. As long as you understand what you are going to get. Just jumping in here quickly and saying, please, if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell and help the channel grow. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully one day that will look very silly when someone looks at this video and I have 1 billion subscribers. But until then, please do hit subscribe, hit the bell, and thank you very much. What gives me the right to make that statement? Well, I've been playing for 25 years. I've played everything from the cheapest Encore guitars when I was a kid that were horrific, all the way up to expensive PRSs and Les Pauls. I've personally owned, my first electric guitar was a Charvette, kind of Jackson-y type reverse dinky job. I've had Epiphones, I had a really high-end Godin for a long time. I now currently play a Fender Telecaster, I have a hand-built Telecaster, and I have several Harley Bentons. So I think across that period of time, I've probably played hundreds of guitars. So I think I'm in a good position to say whether or not guitars feel or sound or play well. I've played a fair few Harley Bentons as well, and I've seen good Harley Bentons and bad Harley Bentons. Just the same as I've seen good Epiphones and bad Epiphones, and good Fenders and bad Fenders. You know where I'm going with this. I currently play a Fender Telecaster. This one. This is my #1 guitar. And it is beautiful. And it has great fretwork. The neck is beautiful. The sound is beautiful. The finish is perfect. The tuners are great. The electrics are great. As you would expect from a Fender Telecaster. Even a Mexican-made one. I also play this Harley Benton HB35 a lot. This is kind of my humbucker guitar at the moment. It has a great finish. It has an okay neck. It has okay hardware. It has okay tuners. It also costs less than half the price of the Fender. Does that mean you get half the guitar? Not in the slightest. It sounds great and it plays great. Yes, it needed the action setting up, but so did the Fender. The Fender needed a bit of a setup when it came out of the box to get it to my personal specifications. So the point is, you have to understand what you are buying. You are buying a cheap, mass-produced guitar from China or India that has minimum quality control, really, and I'll come to that in a second, but that more often than not gives you a decent guitar. Now, I have had some duffers when I've been reviewing. The worst one was a CST hollow body, and I was gutted. It was this beautiful smoke grey, hollow bodied kind of Paul Smith PRS type thing, and it was beautiful. My daughter said it spoke to her soul, but the fretboard was horrendous. It was covered in cracks. It basically had shrunk, so all of the inlays had gaps around them, and the fretboard had cracked apart, and it was unplayable. You know, you bend a string and it get caught in the fretboard. It was like trying to play on a mouldy piece of wood, and it was horrible. And it should never have come out of the factory. So I rang them up and said, this is horrendous, and they immediately offered me a swap. And the next one that came was the CST Ocean Blue that I reviewed, and it was a stunning guitar, one that I kind of sad I sent back and didn't buy actually. The TE52 that I reviewed at the very beginning of kind of my reviewing Harley Bentons, if I didn't have the Fender Telecaster coming at the same time, I would have kept the TE52. It had some problems. There were funny bits of metal bent on in areas which shouldn't have been bent, but they were easy to fix. A lot of people say guitar should be playable the minute you get out of the box, you shouldn't have to do anything with it. A lot of guitars need work done to them when they come out of the box. Harley Bentons possibly need more, no two ways about it. But that doesn't mean it isn't a good guitar in the first place. So, if you're interested in buying a Harley Benton, buy slightly more expensive than maybe you might want to. Don't buy the €100 end, the €70 end, because you're much less likely to get a decent guitar. Head into the 150, the 200, the €250 end of things. Yes, you can buy second hand for cheaper. But here's a newsflash, not everyone likes second hand guitars. I don't. Not in that price range. I want a guitar to tell my story, not somebody else's story. If I was looking in the thousands of pounds range and getting a second-hand beautiful 52 Telecaster, that's different. But a second-hand low-end MIM Telecaster, it's fine for some people. Some people love them. I don't. I'd rather spend the money and get the new, or I'd rather spend less money and get something new that maybe is lower end, but I can do something with. And that's the point. It's what you want. It's not what I want. It's not what all the haters want. It's not what all the lovers want. The point is, Harley Benton guitars are absolutely fine. They do the job brilliantly. They are great if you want to fill a tonal gap in your arsenal and don't want to spend a fortune on guitar. They are great if you are looking to kind of have a project guitar. They are great if you have a really cheap, horrible guitar and want something a little bit better but don't want to spend the money. Are you going to get a £1,000 Les Paul if you buy a custom SC from Harley Benton? No, of course not. But you are going to get a very playable guitar that you're going to really enjoy and get years of use out of. So set your expectations. They are good guitars. Spend maybe a little bit more on getting one of the mid-range to higher range Harley Bentons and you'll get a beautiful guitar. And don't listen to all the kind of the guitar snobs saying, oh, you know, it's a Chinese brand, it's rubbish, it's crap. It isn't. But you have to make sure that you check it, and if it's not right, send it back and expect a replacement. And they're usually pretty good with that kind of thing. Right, that's all from me. I shall see you all soon. Have a lovely day.